This is bigfluff 27. I'm joined by spacemonkey, and we are the Toxic Otaku Podcast. This is our episode 2. We are covering Your Lie in April. This was a rough one, people.
It was.
Oh, yeah. It started off with the visuals are stunning right out the gate, man. I love the visuals.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just... I don't know, it was just a good anime, man. I mean...
Oh, yeah, it definitely left me speechless.
Like the cherry blossom petals in the opening, then it's like we get introduced to Kosuke, who is a traumatized piano player from abuse of his past, and his mother trying to push him.
Yeah, it definitely deals with abuse and PTSD very well.
Oh, it does. It's like oh, go ahead.
You can go ahead.
I also like how the depression is showed by monotone colors.
Yeah.
I thought was a really nice
I did
take.
like that. Yeah, it's definitely a highly recommended anime for anybody.
In the opening, we see he runs into his ally, who is Kori. Yeah, that's her name. I butchered it like several times already. Yeah. Then she's like playing to a bunch of kids or something in the beginning, and of course there's the whole anime scene where it's like, oh, you're looking at my panties or something like that, and he's like, oh, no, I'm not. I'm just showing the protagonist even though it's not showing.
Yeah, what? Yeah, she's definitely the one that the story is focused on in a lot of ways.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, then the way they just show his PTSD when he enters Toa Hall for the first time forever was pretty neat.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely... You would never know that somebody playing the piano can be that intense.
Oh yeah, just... And then the way whenever he's playing, you like see how the water's all... Pretty much it shows him in water to kind of show his monotone and PTSD. He kind of has like a trauma bond for how he felt like he treated his mother with the piano.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like...
But we're not going to spoil the ending till we get closer to the end.
Right.
Of the podcast. And this is not a spoiler-free episode.
No.
So there are spoilers. But I tell you what is not a spoiler. How awesome Mike DeBray's newest single is, Renegades. On iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube. Yeah.
It was definitely a 10 out of 10.
Oh yeah. And he has a new album dropping August 26th. Yeah, we did like an ad way too early in this one.
I know, that was good though.
I think he's pretty much introduced to Korei by Tsubaki, because I guess Korei's trying to date Watery, which we learn eventually is something completely different. Like his view on the piano, man, like being agent traumatization, was a pretty nice take.
Yeah, it was.
And she kind of drags him out of it, pretty much makes him her companion against his own will.
Yeah.
Covers like a lot of mental illness topics too. I mean, for like a few episodes, a cat's talking to him.
Yeah. Yeah, he goes pretty crazy for a couple of episodes.
Oh, and then you realize the cat symbolizes his cat Chelsea that his mom got rid of.
Yeah.
There's something funny I noticed about that. You see a black cat following him throughout the show.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
I'm pretty sure that's his cat. They just don't talk about it.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, at first you could be like, oh, it's imaginary. No, he actually takes to the vet at one point where the cat gets hit, which is actually the saddest scene for me.
Yeah, and Corey and the other girl recognized it multiple times too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
And I like how like he finds slight happiness in Ko-Ray. He gets kind of life gets a little bit brighter for him, which kind of shows that his depression is going away. Wonder what Ko-Ray actually means. That's a curiosity I have.
Yeah, I guess I should have looked it up.
I should have too. I actually did not recognize any of the voice actors in this one.
I think I recognized the main character, but I don't know. I didn't look up to see what else he plays in.
Episode 4 shows his abuse by his mother. That was fucking, oh my god.
That I am not ashamed to say it. I actually cried in that episode. Because it gets pretty intense.
And then how he'll be like playing the piano, sees his mother's ghost in the crowd, and then she'll talk to him. That is some crazy shit, man.
Yeah, some scenes in this, I mean, these like a single on this, it gets intense like quickly with abuse.
Dude, it does. And to the point of where some of it made me uncomfortable.
Yeah. It is realistic. It's not like anime violence where it's like, yeah, this is fake. It's like it seems real.
And that's actually the same episode that you're introduced to as mother's abuse that you see Ko-Ray passing out for the first time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when you start to realize she's sliding about her health and all that.
Oh yeah, but that's not the lie.
No, that's not the lie.
You'll figure out the lie in the end of this, which I thought was very clever.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
No, me neither, dude. It was... But also, like, episode...
It makes sense, though. It makes sense.
Oh, it makes a lot of sense. Then, like, in episode 5, her sickness kind of draws parallels to his mother. I mean, both musicians, both pretty much some kind of disease. I just wish they would have said what they had. I mean, that's the one thing that bothers me with the anime. They're like, oh, they just have a sickness. What kind of sickness?
But that's when he really struggled. It's now the good that helped him overcome his other PTSD is causing a new one from his mother being sick. So he kind of wants away from that for a while.
Yeah, then we start getting hints at Tsubaki. Oh my god, I forgot to mention her. So Tsubaki, you're introduced in the beginning. She's his basic childhood friend that kind of has feelings for her. But episode 5... Yeah, but episode 5 you realize that she actually does have feelings for him.
Yeah. I didn't like that character as much, but I think the childhood friend falling in love is just overused.
Oh, it is. I mean, it's like super overused.
I mean, that's my one and only complaint about the anime. That's a small one. I mean, that's me nitpicking.
Yeah, it's like episode 6, you like see Tsubaki increasingly getting jealous. Especially when you see Ko-Ray over at Kozei's house. After they jump in the water.
To be fair, she was in his clothes, so can you blame her?
True, you got a point. After they jumped in the water, which kind of did they jump in the water at that point, or were they just walking through the rain?
No, they jumped in the lake.
Yeah, that kind of
She sucked off the small boys into the lake.
Oh yeah. And like used to as a kid, he was pushed to do it. This time he just freely jumped in after her.
Yeah. And that was when you see him kind of open up a little bit.
Oh yeah. And you have Tsubaki who is over here like, oh hey, Kosei has somebody. I'm gonna try to get with this random sports guy that I know.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about him.
Oh yeah, that's why I take notes, man.
Yeah, he doesn't play a big role, but he does play a role with her. So that was kinda cool. I like how she talks about the boy all the time around him.
Oh yeah. Then we see, like, towards the end, they see, like, all his rivals, who actually liked all his rivals. I thought they were pretty cool.
I liked closer to the end, it started to, like, have respect and love for each other.
Oh, yeah. What's like it...
Even though it was unspoken, you know.
Oh, yeah, like episode 6, you see the introduction of his rivals, Emi and Takahashi, who you learn actually were inspired by him.
Yeah.
He's like pretty much or not a savant. I'm thinking of something completely different. He's a prodigy.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that was a pretty nice take, showing his rivals. How you're like, oh man.
Was.
Yeah, at first you're like, yeah, this character ain't really got much going on. Then you realize he was like a prodigy.
Mm-hmm.
He was like their heir of that one kid pianist.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Cat reflected his inner thoughts with a nice, pretty much, touch to it. The cat itself played a lot of big parts in that anime with just the way he's seen stuff.
Yeah, it did. But I think the cat represents his regrets because he regretted letting the cat go in a way.
True, you got a point with that. You got more Korei telling Kosei how he's his own person and that he's not his mother's puppet, pretty much. Who pretty much throughout the show you realize that she was training him to be a machine, pretty much. But she never taught him how to play the music for himself, how to just play how it's wrote. Mm-hmm. You eventually realize that she never had time to do that because, well, his mother dies.
Yeah. And she would be something a lot of people go through to be fair, that like angry stage when you know you're about to die.
Oh yeah.
Because I lost my mom and she kind of went through that angry stage. Now of course she wasn't nowhere near like that, but that is common for people who's dying to get angry like that.
Yeah. Then also another thing, whenever he sees his mom, his reflection of her is in monotone, black and white, to where it's like,
yeah,
you can see the depression.
Has no face.
Yeah, he's depressed by her. Color has a big setting with depression in this anime. That's what I like.
It does. It does.
You even see Tsubaki color around her will change occasionally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In this anime, the animation and colors and stuff almost tell a story itself.
Oh yeah, I mean it's amazing, man.
Like you can play the anime without sound and it'll tell a story, which is unique. Which I really like.
Oh yeah, dude, it was really good.
Cause this is like movie quality animation for each episode.
I never cared that much about piano and violin music till I actually watched this anime. I mean, I probably wouldn't go out and seek it, but I mean, it's like, realize like how dramatic it could be.
Which I'm a big fan of classical music, so this anime was like perfect for me.
I'm not.
I mean, that's a lot of times that's why I listen to classical music. There's one thing I like about it is you can portray emotions about words, which is kind of cool.
Oh yeah, it's a form of art.
Yeah.
Art and music are two beautiful things.
It is.
Especially when you can blend them. If you go on TikTok, look up Nobody Importing or NBI Import, and you can see music being blended with art. You also find NBI Import on Instagram as well.
So what did you think about one of his guys, friend? I can't remember his name. The guy who's kind of pervy.
Watari.
We didn't talk about him much.
Or Watery.
Watari, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't talk about him much.
He has the same exact name as a dude from Death Note.
Oh yeah, he does.
He does. I mean, at first I couldn't really stand him, but I mean, he kind of grows on you because how Kosuke straight up tells him, he's like, hey, I like Ko-Ray. He's like, oh, okay. I guess we got competition.
And I love the part where he makes him go to the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
It even caused him a dick himself. Like, you saw that he cared about his friends, even though he kind of pretended like he didn't.
Oh, yeah, but he was like a really good character, though. I really liked him.
He was very well written.
I mean, they're all well written. Like, towards you have Tsubaki. She's pretty much plays a tomboy that has no feelings, and you really start to like get to know her, and you realize she likes him.
Yeah.
And she really doesn't want to like admit it till like later on.
Yeah, in the worst time possible.
Oh yeah. And then like episode 11, you find out that his mom never wanted him to play piano. It was his music teacher,
yeah.
Seto. Now, Seto, I liked her character too. She kind of plays
she was one of my favorites.
Yeah, she's kind of plays a mother figure that's trying to push him into getting over his trauma from the piano, because she sees it. Because you realize she was the one that walked in on him when he was crying after he froze during that recital.
Yeah. She also witnessed him being beaten by the mother, that one scene as well.
Oh yeah.
Which was a horrible scene.
Yeah, which through her eyes you see more of that scene. You see that scene all the time throughout the show, but you see more of it from Seto's eyes, because it's like she pretty much shows the mother was like just felt like she didn't finish her job before she died.
Yeah, but that's the anger, despair creeping in. Like I said, it deals with mental illness very well in this anime.
Oh yeah. Then like, the reason that he's able to play piano during that recital thing is he pretty much, he freezes, then he like decides, hey, I want to play for Ko-Ray. Then he ends up like unfreezing. I mean, he still pretty much fails, but, or gets disqualified, but he does better. He gets over his fear and gets his confidence.
Ko-Ray kind of taught him that it's not about winning per se.
It's about having fun.
He kind of struggled with this mindset of I have to win.
Oh yeah, well, to heal his mother.
Yeah, but when she played, she didn't, care about what points she got, or she just did it to be remembered. Yeah.
Which is still, man, that whole anime, it just makes me sad.
Oh, this anime has impacted me the most of any anime I've seen.
Oh yeah.
It affected me the most. I mean, I probably cried like 3 times an anime. I didn't like bawl, but I don't cry very often, I'm not a quiet person.
No. Then you realize his teacher left because of the pain she caused, pushed him to learn the piano. Be that kind of, she kind of blames herself for all that.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of makes sense. I mean,
it does. It definitely does.
So I kind of felt like throughout the show you did not see Kosei as much, or not Kosei, but Ko-Ray as much.
Yeah.
She's a big part of the show, but you really don't physically see her as much.
Right. Which again, it's well done because that's the person who brought him happiness. But then, over time, he realized that won't last forever. So it's a good way to attack her to him.
Oh yeah, then episode 14 you realize that you finally see what happened to Ko-Ray, that she pretty much fell and hit her head and was in the hospital during the whole recital that she missed because they were going to do the duet thing, and she ended up missing it because she was in the hospital. But he decided to go solo and just like rock the house.
Yeah.
Or the Japanese equivalent of rocking the house.
Didn't he do it because that one kid that talked crap about her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, alright, so kind of like we also see like her fear of being forgotten, which I mean is like something everybody has a fear of. I felt was like really realistic.
Yeah, I mean that's what makes stuff scary, is that you're gonna disappear and sooner or later everybody will forget about it.
Yeah, and she's like, which I mean, even people that are alive are afraid of being forgotten by it. Their friends, family, or just...
Oh, definitely.
I mean... not being remembered is like a big fear of everybody.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I've struggled with depression for a very long time. And this anime has actually helped me understand more of it. So, if you're a person that struggles with that, this is definitely an anime you need to watch.
I wouldn't say that for me, but if it works for you, then...
Well, it does help you understand that those feelings, you're not like the only one that feels that way type of thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, then you see,
even the guy friend, what was his name?
Watery.
Yeah, it's even the scene where he feels like he lets his team down and he breaks down. And you start to realize that he's struggling as well, even though he looks like he's...
Oh yeah,
this playboy. You know, this playboy, he has it all together.
Yeah, he's wearing the happy face.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people do.
That's why I think all four attackers kind of represent a different kind of depression.
That's a good point. They kind of do.
The he represents, you know, I need to live up to people's expectations and be a leader. The main attacker represents, you know, the abuse aspect. The girl represents the fear of death, you know.
Baki represents the lost love and aspect.
I kind of noticed that all four represent like a different kind of depression.
Then you have where he gets a student, Nagi, who is the sister of Tasiki, who I probably butchered his name. Yeah. The punk-looking guy.
Yeah. I didn't like her at first, but she also was one that grew on me.
Oh yeah. Of course, you have that anime trope where they end up doing like a piano recital together, where he ended up trying to have a piano war with her. Then her brother realized it, and her brother's like, "Oh, you got to thank for my sister," which is kind of the weird. Oh crap, what's that called? The weird overbearing brother thing, or jealous brother, which that's a trope I'm tired of seeing anime, I'll be honest with you. It's so weird.
Yeah. At least he wasn't overdone though.
No, not like the dude from Demon Slayer.
Oh my god, yeah, he's unbearable with it. Pretty much the only time he was like that was that one scene, which you can't blame him, because that's his rival and his sister's kind of hanging out with him. I mean, I think he was more pissed off about that than anything, but you know, about who she was with.
Then an episode before that is revealed that Korei asked Kosei to KYS himself with her.
Oh yeah, that was... I had to take a break for like a day after that.
Yeah, it was a pretty rough scene, man.
Oh, definitely. And that's when you started to realize that she's kind of lying about her health, that she's dying.
Oh, yeah, but that's not the lie.
That's not the lie. But it is a lie, that's not the lie.
Then she ends up deciding she wants to do the surgery.
Yeah. Around that time, that's when he gets into a deeper depression, too.
Oh, yeah, which, I mean, the chick you like's dying, so I don't really...
Yeah, he already lost his mother, so, you know, that does kind of... He can't catch a break.
No, not at all. I mean, if I found the chick I liked was dying, I would be depressed too, man.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, like, a lot of the stuff that they go through is very realistic. It's not like oh, hey, that's not a big deal. No, it's all big deal stuff they're dealing with. I mean, it's...
Oh, yeah. It's a very, based on reality type of anime.
Then you
like,
find out.
Even if you don't like anime, I would recommend this.
Oh yeah. Then Kourei ends up doing rehab in order to well, the physical kind of rehabilitation, not rehab, but that wishing kind of.
Yeah, that's when they introduced that this surgery could save her.
Yeah, then you get to see her parents, which you see your parents throughout the show. I mean, they're just like your basic mother and father. I did like how they compared the father to a panda slightly.
Oh yeah.
I love panda imagery, man. I can't help it.
That's true.
Pandas are my favorite animal. I mean, they're just so bad at being animals.
Too bad you don't see the mother at all. You see the father a little bit, but the mother is kind of there.
Oh yeah.
Like, hey, I'm the mother, you know.
What about his mother? Or his father? His mother's dead, but his father. You never see his father at all.
Yeah, I think he's supposed to be like the deadbeat dad type.
Or you mean like just
she keeps saying, like, oh, he's gonna come back any minute. It's like, okay, dude.
I get more like he's a big businessman. That's what I pick off from it.
That could be.
That he's like this upper businessman that his wife died, so he's trying to just throw himself into work. And
the problem is, this show takes place at damn near a year, and he's not nowhere to be found for the whole time. I mean,
yeah,
that's kind of bad.
Maybe his dad's in the army?
I don't know, but he's nowhere to be found.
Which you like don't see his dad at all anywhere.
Yeah, they don't even talk about him all that much, to be honest. Like once or twice.
Then you see flashbacks of Kosei Tsubaki looking for his cat. Then the scene where they look for the cat, man, was pretty rough, and he's crying in the rain and.
Yeah, it's a lot of crying.
Yeah. And like towards the end you see a lot of Tsubaki and Kosei's relationship as kids. Just their friendship.
Yeah. Which, again, the only complaint I have is that it's so overdone, you know, the side kid with the tomboy. Childhood friends, I mean. How many anime has that? But it's still good.
So, there's a little bit more coming up. So, Isabaki, or Tsubaki, oh, I can't believe I butchered that. Tsubaki confesses her love for him, then she kicks him and runs away in, like, you know, just regular girl fashion. I mean, I kind of forget they're teenagers throughout the show.
Yeah, you do.
And then you see the scene where the cat gets hit, which I'm pretty sure you find out the cat lives later on.
Yeah.
Which that scene was like really sad for me, man. I almost did cry in that scene.
It happened out of nowhere too.
Then that's also where Kourei starts coding. Where coding is, well, you know what coding is. Not like coding on a computer, but coding is a medical term for whenever you're pretty much dying. All the doctors had to try to hurry up and rush for that surgery and.
Yeah, that's the one time I kind of realized, like, oh my god, is this really gonna happen?
Yeah, then he starts to realize music represents sadness for him and pain and misery.
Yeah.
And he wants to give up the piano, but he's forced to keep doing it pretty much. And then she's always talking about the Peanuts, man. That's like one thing where I'm over here like, okay, why is she always talking about Charlie Brown?
Yeah, that was kind of cool in a way.
What do you think of the image?
Like Charlie Brown.
He's okay.
Don't stop talking bad about Charlie Brown.
What about where it shows the imagery of blood on his hands? Whenever he starts to play. Which I thought was cool, but he blames himself in a way for what's happening to everybody.
Yeah.
And then you also have that random female character that's Tsubaki's friend that you barely see, but yet, or you don't even know her name. Actually, you know her name, I just don't remember her name.
Yeah, I don't remember it either.
And she's just like, plays that factor in like being like, hey Tsubaki, we know this about you, and you should do this.
Yeah.
And we are getting to the final episode.
Oh no.
So the final episode, he's pretty much does not want to play. He's pretty much just, he's being comforted by Emmy and the punk kid, who are actually kind of friends with him now. They kind of like put their rivalry to the side and kind of just have a friendly rivalry now, which I thought was kind of nice.
Yeah.
And they're like,
nice.
They're like, hey man, you sure you want to play? And he ends up playing, and then he's kind of on the stage, and he just see Ko-Ray images playing the violin with him, and that's pretty much what motivating him to play.
Which at this point he started to think that she could live, that she's going through the surgery that could save her life.
Yeah. But they do a scene back to her in that same episode where you see her heartbeat go down.
Yeah.
That's like something I noticed. I was like, huh, why are they doing that?
Mm-hmm.
And then you just like, she's on stage playing the violin with him, which was a really sweet scene. Then you see her fade away.
Yeah.
And then like after the recital, you realize that it opens to a scene of them in a cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
And his parents hand him a letter. Or her parents.
Yeah.
And that pretty much reveals everything. Which I thought that was kind of like a nice touch, that like they just do it with a letter. I mean, I know it's like a trope that's done a lot, but I thought it was a nice touch though.
It made sense.
And it also,
one of those things, if she would have lived, she would have told him himself. But if she would have died, you know, the latter would have told him. So it made sense.
Yeah, either way, she wanted him to know. And it was like after he left that night that she wrote it. So she had it like planned for a while. But then you realize that she knew Kosei for a while. That she was one of the kids that was watching him whenever he was first started playing on stage. She was right next to Emmy when she was crying and inspired by Kosei. And she's been trying to become his friend for the longest time. She just didn't know how to do it.
Yeah, this, for those who have played Final Fantasy VIII, it kind of has this effect that you realize all of them share the same childhood at the end.
Yeah.
Where they were all there at that one time when he played the piano in the competition for the first time.
It does it very well, too.
It does it very well. And it kind of shows, too, that these small actions play a bigger role than you realize.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't know him playing the piano affected that many people, but it did.
Oh, yeah. And then she, like, decided to become the violinist just so she can play on stage with him.
Yeah.
At a young age, too, she was like, hey, I'm going to learn to play the violin just so I can be with, or play with Kosei. And it kind of makes sense because there's a line that her parents say, like, hey, you're Kosei. Oh, we heard a lot about you. And it makes sense now at the end.
Yeah, I didn't take nothing of that at the time. I thought they made I heard about you because you were famous, you know, piano player.
Oh, yeah. But she had, like, an obsession with him. Not a weird obsession, but, like, a regular girl obsession. Not the creepy kind of girl obsession, but...
Yeah, this isn't Fusadari.
No. And then she, like, just starts... They went to the same school, but she was, like, kind of a more meek-looking girl, wore glasses, and whenever she has, like, all those accents and start pretty much going downhill, she decides to change her appearance up and just live life. Which I thought was kind of a nice touch.
She becomes like a free spirit type of doing things on the fly, you know, not caring about the repercussions, just do what you want to do type of thing.
Yeah, but still, them killing her off like that, man, was really hard.
It was hard too, to give you like hope of the surgery, you know. It's like, oh, the surgery could save her, and you're like, oh, that's probably what's gonna happen. She's gonna do the surgery, she's gonna get out, everything's gonna be fun and happy. That's like every anime.
So if you read the plot for the episode, for the final episode, they kind of mess with you bad. They say, oh, Kosei and Ko-Ray are on stage one final time. No, they're not actually on stage.
That's something else that's because they planned to do it one more time, but it didn't happen.
No. But then you find out what her lie was in April.
Yeah.
Her lie the whole time was, so in order to get close to Kosei, she lied to Tsubaki that she wanted to meet Watering. Because she had a crush on Watering. And that was a lie the whole time to get close to Kosei.
It is not we feel, but I think Watering knew about it because he kind of pushed him to get close to her multiple times.
Oh yeah.
And when he said he liked her, he didn't care. He was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, well, Watering had like 5 or 6 women at the same time, so.
That's true. That's true too. That's true. He was like the playboy.
Well, just that like ending, man, just hurt like a lot.
Oh yeah, it did.
Then you guys,
in most anime, they don't do that. You know, the attacker lives at the end somehow, and you know.
it's implied that Tsubaki pretty much is going to stay by his side forever, and that they're pretty much going to be in a relationship.
Yeah, it is hinted. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's not too bad. That's actually pretty cool. I mean, at least he's not alone, and she's not alone. And it's that trope of anime that the childhood friend always gets with the the childhood friends always get together in anime.
Sure.
Now, like categories, how do you want to do the categories in this one?
I mean, to be fair, we can do what we always do, but to be honest, this wins in every category.
Oh yeah. I mean, for me, I gotta give it like a I gotta give it a 25 overall, man. Art design was a 5, story was a 5, character development was a 5. All the characters pretty much are not who they were in the beginning. World building, it's more of a realistic, contained story. So it's like, I mean,
it's
maybe
not
you look.
Fantasy. It's not fantasy. It's it's supposed to be our world, you know.
Yeah, so maybe look at it more of a point of view of like, it's not a bad world, but it's a good world. So it's like, we'll just give it a 5. Music, I mean, come on, music. The actual classical music, it's a 5.
Yeah. Animation is like more than a 5. It's the best animation I've ever seen with any anime, with the imagery and symbolisms and all that.
I mean, overall, it's a 25. I mean, which is the highest score we have ever given an anime on here.
It's probably the highest score we made. It's not too many anime that's that good with everything.
No, it's not. I mean, I would recommend it to anybody, not just anime fans, but it's just a good show overall. And it's not very anime to where it will put someone off.
Yeah, that's why I say I would recommend it to almost anybody.
Yeah, there was like no etchiness at all.
No, not at all.
I feel like
the closest you get is the scene where you first meet her. And that's not that scene, but that's the closest you're gonna get.
Oh yeah. And like just the character development was good too.
Oh, that made the show. I mean, the main character goes through ups and downs. I mean, it was a roller coaster of a ride. I mean.
Oh yeah.
And this anime makes you care about every character, what happens to them.
Oh, it does, man. I loved it. I mean, I want to try to find more anime like that.
Yeah.
But we're going to take a break from depressing anime for the next one. We're not going to tell you what the next one's going to be, but we're not going to tackle anything like super depressing right now. Again.
Yeah.
We need a cleanser.
But like I said, as a person who dealt with depression, this anime was very good.
Oh yeah.
To watch in a way.
Tsubaki was very likable and made a lot of not Tsubaki. Oh my God, Kosei made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I mean, he was really relatable. But you got anything else?
Well, one thing we didn't talk about is he feels like he's only good for playing the piano too.
I can't believe we forgot about that.
There was multiple scenes where he said, yeah, that's the only reason why she likes me, that's the only reason why
it says. it's like she couldn't even come up with anything aside to him being able to play the piano too, but Tsubaki could.
Yeah.
I kind of hope him
Yeah.
I hope him and Tsubaki do end up together. I mean, it's like, it's strongly hinted at.
Yeah. But that's something I didn't think of. But Tsubaki was the only one who loved him, not because he's an awesome piano player. She actually hated that he played the piano.
But you know, Elfin Lied kind of did the same exact thing with Lucy falling for the main guy, and then Lucy ends up disappearing, and he kind of falls for his childhood friend.
Yeah, that's true. The whole childhood function is overdone, to be fair.
Oh yeah.
But it wasn't. They didn't feel like it was a soap. It made sense in this one, so I'm not complaining about it.
There really wasn't no trope, like really bad tropes. It was all pretty much good and made sense.
Yeah. Pretty much the only trope was the tomboy childhood friend, you know.
Yeah. I feel like we touch on all the main subjects of it. If there's like
pretty much, yeah.
If there's like any other animes you want us to suggest for an anime wheel, that's how we're going to start picking anime after the next episode. But it is time for us to sign off, guys. I feel like we tackled everything.
It was good. I would definitely recommend it.
But don't forget to like and subscribe and comment if you whatever you want to see next. We'll take any suggestions. And anything you want to say, Space Monkey?
Peace out.
And smash the notification bell.
Oh, that's what I usually say. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to say that.
Oh, I let everybody down.
Alright. Good night, guys.